Hey friends, Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Hope you're well. With how many clone fragrances are constantly coming out, it's hard to tell which ones you should stay away from. So I want to share with you guys some fragrances today that I think you need to avoid, whether there's hype or not. These ones suck. Certified. All of them linked in the description. Let's begin with this Atlia Magma Ember Dusk. This one has been getting a little bit of hype, and I will say the presentation is not too bad. I mean, not the bottle's pretty basic, but the box, it has a magnetic cap to the box. This is genius. So good. That's where the good ends. This is supposed to be a clone of Xershop's Naxos, and to my nose, it's the worst one you can buy from any of the major clone houses out. Why, you might ask? Well, because it's Naxos with a twist. And usually when it's with a twist, it's supposed to be an improvement, but this time it's making things worse. Listen, I'm telling you, stay away from it. Basically, it smells like if you took Naxos, which, okay, that makes sense, and then you dumped a truckload of floral notes over top of it, which, okay. The original one had lavender, but no, not just lavender. I'm talking full on powdery floral mess. You don't get that nice honeyed aspect from the pipe tobacco. You don't really get a whole heck of a lot of pipe tobacco to begin with. And you also don't get that really pleasant, gentlemanly, aromatic opening. Like I said, it's going too powdery, it's going too floral, it's trying to change things up, but in a way that to me completely degrades what the fragrance is supposed to be. I would rather have any other clone of Naxos out there. And for that matter, I'd rather just get Insurrection 2 Wild. Get myself a little Pure Havan clone and call it a day. Close enough, and this smells better. No, thank you. Riffs up next. This one, Goodness Oud. You can tell with this one exactly what it is just at a quick glance. Obviously, oud for greatness, goodness oud, but cheaper the whole way around. It has a little sticker that goes across the front of the bottle, not a plaque or anything, just a sticker that's not exactly on straight. A cheap little cap, a basic little bottle. I mean, nothing to really see here, and none of that really matters as long as it smells pretty close to the Initio. But if it smelled really close to the Initio for a good price, it wouldn't be in this list. Because this right here smells like how the atomizer works. Ugh. Cheap. Cheap. You're cheap! Yeah, basically it's like taking oud for greatness, ramping up the alcohol off the top, so when you first spray it on, it has that, you know, really inexpensive smelling alcohol blast that kind of singes the inside of your nose. Just a little bit of that oud for greatness popping through, that kind of saffron oudiness. Very thin smelling. You know, there's not a lot of depth here, not a lot of complexity to it, and also the performance is just piss poor. And when we're talking about something that's supposed to smell like oud for greatness, which is really, really strong, and you have something that smells like this that lasts like an hour, hour and a half, it's pointless. I know that Riffs is another brand that's trying to get back out there, trying to get sponsored videos out there and stuff like that. And I did buy like 6 different Riffs fragrances today from JOMASHOP. So we'll see how the new ones are, but throwing it back to the ones that I own, no. No thank you. This next one is one that I absolutely hate the way it smells. It's from Falconee, it's homaged. Now, this right here is really confusing, like extremely confusing. There's not a whole heck of a lot of information on it. I bought it for like $27, so it wasn't crazy expensive. Presentation looks fine. It's got a really heavy, like Sparta cap to it, essentially. And the atomizer is not bad either. Check that out. So that's all looking good. And the presentation, as far as like the box itself, that's pretty solid too. The problem is the smell. So, you know, the most important part. Yeah. Like I said, it's really confusing because there are people online who have said that to them this smells like herba pura, which is a very obvious smell. Like if you've smelled that fragrance, you know how it smells. What I have in this bottle right here, not even remotely close to that. And I've worn this, I've worn it side by side with herba pura. I've had other people smell it. Everybody despises this stuff. It's very leather forward for me. So a big blast of leather. Not really expensive smelling, just a very cheap kind of abrasive leather. The spiciness that's in here is kind of reminiscent to the spiciness in this one. So this is Pandora Scents Charuto Tobacco Vanille. Like this has a very particular way that the spice hits you in this fragrance. So if you smell this one, you kind of know what I'm talking about. The way that the spice hits you in this really similar. And it's just completely unappealing. Like I said, everybody that I've had smell this has not enjoyed it because I thought I was going crazy. And to me, it's possibly speaking to the brand themselves, you know, because if some people out there are getting Herba Pura, that is completely different. Not necessarily my favorite scent profile, but way different, like fruity tropical cocktail. This one is just a monstrous, cheap smelling leather spicy scent, what I have in here. So that means either their batches are wildly inconsistent. I'm talking like crazy style inconsistent, which that doesn't speak well for the brand, or they completely just reformulated and changed the fragrance and told nobody. They were just like, heck with it, who cares? Don't know which one of those it is, but this stuff sucks. Trying to save you guys some money. Don't buy these. But they are linked in the description in case you want to buy stuff that is probably not gonna work for you. This next one, check this out, Samira alhambra. This is a new one that I got from Fragflex. 7 or so alhambra that I just chucked in there all at once. All in one order, all in one box. And this one right here, the worst of the bunch. This was real bad. It's supposed to be Louis Vuitton Stellar Times, but when you spray this on, again, atomizer, fantastic. Atomizer's great. Presentation looks pretty good. Feels heavy in the hand, extraits of parfum. But when you spray this on, it smells like Windex. I'm talking straight up glass window cleaner. That is exactly how it smells. You guys remember back in the day, Moschino had a bottle, like a Windex bottle, but it was just like for a troll, you know, it was like for the memes. If this were in there, people would legitimately spray it onto their windows and try to, because that's exactly how this stuff comes across. Ooh, ooh. So we got like a wide range of why these don't work. This one is a twist that just does not pull it off. These two come across smelling inexpensive and abrasive. This one smells like chemical warfare. This is grotesque. I have no clue how anybody could be testing their stuff before they put it out and catch a big whiff of that and be like, perfect. That was like Street Fighter 2. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, it's like just, ugh. Smells like you're in a department store, you know, walking down the cleaner aisle and somebody just dropped a bunch of different bottles and busted them all over the floor and you're like an absolute freak. You just drop to your knees, jump over there and you're like, that scent profile, that's that. This stuff, Now look, I wasted money on all these fragrances you're gonna see here today, but you don't need to. If you're shopping at discounters, use a code. Girl. I got a bunch of them. So we got codes for JOMASHOP, Fragflex, The Perfume Box, Gift Express, Beauty House, and many more. If you're shopping at these stores, use those codes, save yourself some money. Don't pay full retail. This next one is from Maison raar. It's called Cascade. I really, really, really don't like how this smells. It is bad, real bad. Look, I'll put it to you this way. When I got this in, I stupidly got 2. Okay? The idea at the time was I was gonna give one of them away. It's right here, actually. Yep, I won't even give this away on the channel, okay? That's how bad this is. And I know there's gonna be some people out there like, no, give it to me, I'd like it. No, you wouldn't. It's supposed to be, I think, Legend Blue, Mont Blanc Legend Blue, hence the blue coloration of the bottle. It is rough. This is one that I really felt, you know, give it a little time and it's gonna get better. It never did. To me, it is insanely synthetic. I'm talking like maximum levels, 10 out of 10. It has that very, very, very cheap smelling out of the shower, shampoo-esque kind of vibe to it. Like, is it clean? Yeah. Does it also smell like a fragrance that you would find in a dollar store circa 1999? Yeah, I despise it. It's just the cheapest, worst smelling out of the shower fragrance that you could imagine, guys. You just stay away. This next one is gonna turn your stomach. It is bad. It's called Date Caramel. This is by Paris Corner. Now, I will tell you this, out of everything here, this is the strongest one, okay? This one and this one, but this is stronger than this. This is like very juiced out of its mind, roid raging strength. We're talking full on, just like juice me to the gills and let my heart explode levels of power. So if you're after that, then this does have that. That is also, for me, pretty much where the positives end. Let's give it a go. Ooh, good atomizer too. It makes my head feel like this, just like a huge opening, just splitting inside of my head, my brain being ripped into by this stuff. I mean, it is sweet, very, 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 very sweet. I can feel it behind my eyeballs. It's like it's working its way in and I can feel it tunneling behind my eyes like it's gonna push them out like in a friggin' 80s movie. Just, yes, it does have caramel. It does have dates. It's supposed to smell like the fragrance, sticky dates. It's just something that nobody should ever smell like. It smells wrong. It's an abomination against God and man. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Abomination. It's not sugary, okay? You know how with things like aspartame, it's somehow sweeter than sugar, and it has that synthetic aftertaste to it. This is like concentrating that times 100 and then bottling it into a fragrance bottle. So when you get blasted by it, it's just this concentrated, synthetic, wannabe, sugary, creeping death in the air that you could see like insects fall out of the sky and just twitch and then stop moving and visit the ether. They go into the void rather than having to breathe this in anymore. Pretty good. I do like doing a positive video from time to time like this. This is pretty fun. The next one, Luxe Nightlife Maison Alhambra. I don't mind the bottle too much. You know, it's supposed to be Bond number 9-esque, so that's why the funky shape and everything. And if you're familiar with Bond number 9, you'll know pretty much right away what that's supposed to be. And that fragrance is, of course, New York Nights. Now, I'm not the biggest fan in the world of that fragrance, but I'm a smaller fan of this. It smells like banana bread mixed with cocktail that instead of being an actual well-formed cocktail, it's just a whole bunch of mixers just thrown together. Just like a small child went behind the bar and they just grabbed every single sugary thing they could and just dumped it all into a drink and shook it up and they're like, here, drink it. It's good. Tell me it's good. Oh wait, there's banana bread. Blend that up and put it in there too. And then you get a hold of it and you're like, yeah, real good. Sucks. I got Alhambra, can't leave out Lattafa. I got two for you. This one right here, Vanilla Freak, Give Me Gourmand. This is rough. It smells like cereal, Captain Crunch cereal, something like that. You know, just dump all the Cap'n Crunch in there, have you know, a small amount of milk, let all of that cereal seep into the milk, and then take the milk and go ahead and sift it out. You know, you get all the cereal out of there, just the pure cereal milk that's left, and then dump it all over your body. That's how this smells. So it's unwearable. I can't imagine anybody wanting to smell like this outside of maybe like a 13-year-old girl, and I'm sure that even she would have better taste than to wear this. Then we got Fire on Ice over here. Look at this little cheapo guy. It's got a fake little ice cube in there. How cute. So this one is supposed to be Angel Share Paradise. And I will say, out of everything that we're gonna talk about, it's probably the best one. But this one was getting a bit of hype when I bought it. I bought it directly from Lattafa, so I paid jacked up prices for it. And that's on me, of course. But I did do that because it was getting some hype. I was like, let's check this out. And then, to me, it's the worst of the Angel Share Paradise clones. So, you know, just one of those situations where you get it in and you're like, oh, I see. The performance is not up to par with the other ones. It doesn't really, you know, make itself known that well. It just comes across kind of half-baked. And when it comes to Lattafa, you know, the expectation a lot of times, especially with how much hype the fragrances will generate, is that it's gonna be like a top-tier clone. It's gonna be a top-tier fragrance. And so when I got that in, again, I overpaid for it, and it just kind of came across very middling. It does smell similar to Angel Share Paradise. If you kind of dumbed it down, you took anything that makes it attention-grabbing and just kind of squished it together and just doesn't really have much personality to it. It's very run-of-the-mill, and there is a reason that after that very quick initial hype wave died down, that the fragrance just kind of went and petered it out because everybody realized, nah, it's not that good. All I'm saying is you see 4, 5, 6 reviews from one brand, one after the other. The next one is another Falconee. I bought like 5 or 6 at the same time. This one is called Cannas. Q-A-N-N-A-S. Has a little bro up top there, like a little plasticky little bro. Oh, he's not plasticky. He's like a little metal bro. Cap's plasticky. So this is Ultramall. It is an Ultramall style clone. And you might say, well, I'm a little late to the party. Yeah. And it's not that it's terrible. This is better than some of these other ones that just smell bad. Like this one is wearable, but it's not really good. And this is another thing you have to look out for with fragrances in general. Sometimes brands will, what do you say, stack reviews. So if you go to a website like Fragrantica, you'll see, 5, 6 reviews on there, and that'll be from people who just made an account to review that one singular fragrance, stuff like that. A little bit sus. You know I'm getting that right. So anyway, this is like Ultramall. It is not as good as 9 p.m. It is not as good as, any of the other big Ultramall alternatives out there. The opening is supposed to be like fresher than Ultramall, not quite as sweet, but it has this synthetic, chemically undertone to it. And I know I've said that with a couple of these, but that is kind of like a common denominator on a lot of clones that aren't done really, really well. When you smell them, they'll have this this part in the fragrance that hits your brain, right? It just hits your brain like, that's not natural. And there are fragrances out there that just smell mad synthetic, but they're super pleasant. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about here that kind of just like undertone that tickles your brain and makes you go, I probably should stay away from that.
I shouldn't have gone in there. Don't go in there. Promise me you don't go in there.
It's like when you catch a big whiff of chemicals or you smell something that smells off, even if it's just like a faint little hint. It's like subconsciously I don't really jive with that. Same thing hits me with this one. And just as far as Ultramall itself, 9 p.m., like I said, is absolutely hands down better performance. This one is not a beast. It's very average as far as that goes. The dry down is also not as attention grabbing with this one. The opening is a little bit off, just not for me. And I'm gonna give away a couple clones as well that are pretty good. Right after Club de Nuit Bling. So obviously this one got a lot of hype, very, very a big release. Anytime a new Club de Nuit comes out, people really enjoy it. Oh, by the way, Hawass London. Forgot to put that one in here, but I don't like it. So anyway, back to this. So the opening here is a rindy citrus, and that's fine with me actually. I like rindy citrus. I don't mind that a bit. Yeah, it's not bad. That could remind you of things like Light Blue Forever from Dolce & Gabbana or Terre d'Hermès Eau Givre, things like that, a little rindy citrus. I think that's nice. But then as it dries down, it just does not hit well for me. Now they used imaginary notes in this one to try to make it blingified. Also the bottle is blinged out, which actually I gotta say I like the bottle more than I thought I would. It's kind of cool actually. It's very hefty feeling. But it takes on this musky, kind of off-putting, powdery vibe that a lot of people just really don't really like. I myself, not a big fan. People I had smell it, not a big fan. Big fans. And so it becomes one of those deals where it was kind of anticipated, and then when I got it, I was kind of, yeah. So here we go. These ones right here, just money not well spent. And actually this one as well, I bought Club de Nuit Bling from the Armaf website, way overpaid on that one. So I did that with this one, I did that with this one. It's JOMASHOP. This one was JOMASHOP, I think. Fragflex, JOMASHOP, Fragflex, Fragrance By. This one I think Fragrance Net, and then the other two I think JOMASHOP. I spread those bad purchases around, baby. Nice. Let's go ahead and give away a couple. So these are ones that I got in and they didn't suck. And so then I scooped up some more. So I have both of these opened. I've smelled both of these. They're good. These are both Samira. It's like offshoot, a little bit cheaper. All Embrature Absolue. This one is Invictus Victory Absolue. Absolue, why am I saying it like that? Absolue. And then this one is Demon. Eclipse, Daemon. This one is Acqua di Gio Elixir. I will say of the two that this one over here, the Acqua di Gio Elixir alternative, that one got better after sitting for a little bit, after spraying it on. This one was good from the rip. So if you have similar experience as I do with these, then that's how it's gonna go for you too when you get these in. So if you wanna be interested in the giveaway, you know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Let me know in the comments what clone fragrance, it doesn't have to be hyped, it can be anything, but which one did you buy and it just absolutely, these are all like newer pickups for me over the past year that just did not work out, but I have some absolutely abominable, diabolical ones from years ago that just, ugh. Maybe we'll talk about those another time, but I wanted to hit some newer ones. But yeah, do that. I'll pick a winner with random comment picker, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel. If you're the winner, I will ship these two out to you. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.